Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is Wednesday. Yes, I'm sick. Yes, markets are still open. And this is our midweek update. It's Wednesday. And the market here today has been all over the place. Yesterday afternoon, late, just before the close, Trump came out and said some nasty stuff about China. We dropped. We took it all back. We popped up to the 670 area. We rolled over. There was no news today. We came all the way down to the 659, the SPY. Then we bounced, and now we're coming down a bit. And the honest truth here is that this market, in my opinion, is a little concerned about China. It's concerned because as much as the administration, and I'm not trying to pick on them, thinks that we all the weight over China, China has been working very hard to deleverage themselves from us, as to the point where they buy almost no agriculture anymore and very little crude energy. They're very much working to get themselves away from the U.S. economy, and that makes it tough. We may not have the leverage we think we have on them. That said, I still think at the end of the day that things will work out. But the market's concerned because we're trying to play hardball. Bottom line, you look at today, we dropped down, we came back up. We're above the we're on the 8 day and we're above the 21 day. And as long as we hold these levels and hold the 50 day, everything's fine. If we lose the 50 day, we have problems. By the way, Trump is just starting to come up now with the FAI director. All right, so the Qs, a little bit same thing today. The banks today down. Why? I don't know. JP Morgan, which I took a loss on. We'll talk about that. Tried to pop, didn't hold. Bank of America, good report, up nicely. Same thing with Morgan Stanley, up nicely. Goldman, Wells Fargo, Citi, they're all kind of mixed here. Not much going on. The SMHs today kind of flat, holding up a little bit. AMD was the name, traded this a couple times today. New move here, just shy of the all-time high. It looks great. The rest of the semis, Nvidia, Avgo, Micron, none of these look particularly well or healthy right now. Just keep that in mind here as we go into, come on, let's go here. Go forward with this and from here. All right, so none of these looking particularly great or healthy right now on the semis. Energy remains weak and out of play. Biotech, new all-time highs. J&J holding after earnings. Pfizer's been beaten up 7 days in a row now. That whole pop's been given back after they, you know, were the first company to agree to Trump's terms and move production back here and stuff. Hims and hers, nice little move today on they're getting into more on the female side of things. It's a nice little move there. Crypto remains weak. All right, so Bitcoin, no pop here, no bounce. This is concerning. If you're looking for what could hurt this market, if Bitcoin and Ethereum continues to dump, that could create problems in this market because this market's heavily leveraged to them, both one through the ETFs like IBIT, but also through things like MSTR and BMNR, right? These are all, and many of these other instruments are heavily leveraged into them. Coin hurting because of that. Hood today, not much going on there underneath the 21 day, again, consolidating. What else today, guys? We trade, what we talk about. Meta had a nice early day, gave a nice trade, but couldn't hold back under the 8 day. Tesla tried to go, but couldn't get above 440, but still looks good. Earnings are next week. Apple popped, didn't hold back under the 21 day. It's kind of the name of this market today. Google gave another day here. It continues to look like one of the better stocks out there. Palantir, after yesterday's big move, couldn't hold, came back down. We saw some strength in the miners like Hut and CLSK are very strong here. Names like ONDS looking a little bit weaker. RKLB, right, a little bit weaker. Um, Help me out. Nuclear names. NNE, that's not a pretty candle. OKLO, another one, very ugly candle there. For you guys with me, BKSY, which Doug and I is a big proponent of, and I'm in trying to break out. PLAB is another one I'm in. It's looking pretty good and holding in. So when you look around the market, it's kind of mixed. Retail actually has had some strength lately. Home Depot, nice little move, didn't hold. Costco, nice little move there. Walmart, nice little move there. New all-time highs. Target as well. So the market kind of broadening out, moving around, and we'll see where this goes. Bottom line is, we're all waiting here. The market's waiting to see what's going to happen with China or what's not, and also really waiting on earnings. We got Taiwan semi overnight. That'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes out. And I'll catch you guys in the room tomorrow. Again, not expecting much more in the way of data this week.